Visuals from over the counter. Yo, what's up? It's someone that's no one, and welcome back to today's report. Today's report was sent in by Tanner, where he took Dextromethorphan, Diphenhydramine, Dimenhydrinate, and THC. And here's the full report details. Alright, so here we are visiting another delirium and associative trip combo. We talked about DPH and DXM together before, which can give you a pretty wild trip. But Tanner also had Dimenhydrinate, which is essentially DPH with caffeine. Also his wax pen. Both additions I'm sure potentiated this combo much further, but his cousin somewhat watches over him, and Tanner describes one of his most favorite experiences he's had with this combo, and why he likes it so much. This report is insightful and one I'm sure you'll enjoy. So without further ado, let's dive right into this. This is my first ever trip report, so it may not be the best, but let's do it. This happened about a week and a half ago. So me and my cousin both had gotten a big bottle of DXM at Walmart and were planning to trip off that. I don't have too much memory of the time frame of anything that had happened, but I will try my best. So about 7:30, we both drank about 1/3 of the DXM. I'm gonna start talking about my cousin's experience because I don't know much of that. Then about 30 to 45 minutes later, I drank about 2/3 and decided this isn't gonna be enough. Already knowing that DXM takes longer to kick in, I grabbed some Dramamine, just 2 pills, 100 milligrams, and popped them with some DXM. I'm not sure how much longer it was, maybe another 20 to 30 minutes, and we went into the kitchen to get some food or something. I got 3 more Dramamine, thinking that's fine. Then I realized he had Benadryl there too, so I grabbed I don't know how many at the time. All I know is I took about 12. That's what my cousin said. So we went in. I took it all and finished the DXM by 8:45, 9. I don't know. Everything was down by 9:15, and that's when I started to hit my wax pen. The first hallucination I remember is I was staring at the ceiling and all the bumps had turned into water, and they slushed around and gathered together in one spot. I blink and it's gone. Many things went on for now, but I hardly remember. Most of this won't be in any order. One of the things I remember seeing was like a static helicopter type object was floating around by my cousin's face, pointing at him as he was talking. When I would look at the wheels of his chair, the very bottom of it would look like spiders were trying to come out and get me. If I were to look into a black screen, I would see things start to form, almost like outlining random things or shapes. This stuff is later in the night, I'm pretty sure. I was looking at my backpack, which was on the floor by me by the couch, and it looked like a worm with teeth was forming in the first pocket. It stretched and stretched to my face, and was trying to eat me, I thought. I said to my cousin, "Something's coming out of my bag." And he just goes, "No, there's not, dude." I know so much more happened, and I really wish I could remember all of it, but these are the last 2 things I remember from the night. Once my cousin later lay down, I was still sitting up on my phone. In my peripheral vision, I would see someone sitting where he was in the chair, or sitting on the floor kinda by me. I'd look and it'd be nothing. It was actually kinda creepy. Then I remember when I was actually falling asleep, I was staring off at the wall in front of me, and stuff started forming and flying out of the wall at me. The only thing I remember was a mouth that looked like it was drawn with pencil. The other shit was mist or shapes. I don't even know. The only dream I remember was a really creepy one. In the dream, I was sitting in my cousin's chair in his room, and I opened up my phone to Snapchat. I look at the screen and I see myself. And right behind my right shoulder is the hat man with red eyes looking at my phone or me. I just take a picture and went on. For some reason, even once I woke up after that dream, I wasn't scared and I went back to sleep. Actually, I also remember waking from a dream 2 times and seeing my cats. Both of them each time, which they were at my house 2 hours away. So now, it's the next morning and I feel fucked up, still can barely walk, barely form words, but I'm fucking chilling hard. I really hardly remember any of the day besides later when we hung out with some friends, which was all a blur, and I ended up watching your videos for a while and chilled. Then I'd say about 6:30 maybe, I really realized I still am hallucinating. I know I was still having minor visuals all day, but not really crazy. But when I started to think about it, I just started zoning out at the walls. I remember stuff just forming out of the air. It was all purple and green. I think maybe because the light was a green tint, but like purple and green lines were forming shapes and things that are floating in the air around me. And I feel like I can touch them. While this is going on, I hear in my head the most peaceful Zen music I have ever heard. I can't explain it, but it was so peaceful, and I was absolutely amazed. It really was like heaven. The music was just insane, and it was all in my head. As I'm often these days, I stare at his poster, which is a weird display of colors, which if you look at it a certain way, it turns into a 3D picture. His would be an airplane. I never saw it, so I don't know. But I stared at that, and all of a sudden, it goes into a checkerboard, and it's 3D, and the colors are completely different from before. Some of the squares come out of the poster and spin around and go back. Then it all has a wave pattern. I look away. I'd hit the ceiling right above me where there was a paint difference and a weird little bump. I couldn't describe it, but it all turned into cubes too, and it was so 3D. I tried to stand on the couch and touch it, which I fell 2 to 3 times doing so, and when I tried to touch it, it would seem like it was even farther, even though I was right there. The last thing I really remember was his rug had some weird designs, as many do, and they all went 3D and started moving around and spinning. It was amazing. I also was smoking a lot throughout the day more, so in the afternoon and night, I really think that had a play in the effects I had the next day. All in all, I've heard lots of bad things about this combo, and I had a lot of fun. I've done the combo 3 times since, and the last one wasn't fun. No hallucinations, so I'm taking a break, but I want to try with HVR next time. I know this is definitely not a great trip report, and definitely cannot explain what I experienced from this. So much more to have been said, but I forgot so damn much. But hands down, one of my favorite experiences with drugs so far.